long before streaming led audience to binge watch entire series in single weekend. There was just plain old primetime television watching bliss. So here are the top 10 shows you must watch. By the way, make sure you click on that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our engaging videos, and use that trigger finger by smashing that like button. Now let's get into it. Now we have many streaming services at our fingertips: Netflix, Amazon, Hulu, and Disney Plus, and can watch TV anytime, anywhere. Content has become more prosperous and diverse, pleasing both fans and critics alike, with the original hits like Game of Thrones and Mandalorian, and revivals of shows like Arrested Development. Number 10, The Boys. The Amazon superhero series, The Boys is a perfect combination of prestige-type show with a well-oiled synchronized network drama engine based on the comics of the same name. The play takes place in a world where no one superhero exists, but also celebrities. However, it turns out most of these superheroes are based with powers and commit atrocities all the time. Enter the Boys, a ragtag group of normal old humans with their own individual grudges against a superhero team known as the Seven. The show is a dark, funny, excessively violent, and definitely not for children, but it's also more concerned that you'd expect as it tackles themes like sexual misconduct, fame, and capitalism. And while it goes on with some exceedingly dark places, all above, The Boys is just remarkably funny. Number 9, The Witcher. The Witcher is the absolute miracle. The fantasy series is indeed very fantasy. It has much of a Game of Thrones as a Lord of Rings, but it doesn't take itself seriously. It covers all aspects of the fantasy stories and games, including side missions, POV battles, and even a broad who followed Henry Cavill's nominally human biological hybrid to sing songs and his glory. The show's season series follows 3 stories that are designed to merge. Cavill's Witcher is a muscular monster hunter, and he began to wonder why so many princesses have become creatures. Yennefer of Vergenberg is a powerful sorceress warlock who's trying to control her emotions, while Princess Ciri is on the run after being fired in her city. But she keeps her secret immersed in legends and world building, but always fascinating. The Wizard is a perfect carnival show. Number 8, Schitt's Creek. Imagine a less cynical Arrested Development crossed with an upside-down Beverly Hills hillbilly, and you're very close to Schitt's Creek. This is one of the funniest shows on all of television. The Canadian comedy tells a wealthy family who lost everything after being misled by a business manager. All they had was a remote little town that the patriarch, Eugene Levy, bought for his son, Daniel Levy. Was a prank gift in 1991, and they were forced to move there to live in a motel. Despite their many quirks, little by little they began to accept their new life and even loved their new city. This comedy is delightful, and it's based on an extraordinary performance of Catherine O'Hara as the family maid. This former soap opera actor denies his social status. This is also a pleasant and progressive series because the son's pansexuality is not contempt or judgment, but a loving embrace. Schitt's Creek is lively, witty, and sweet, and is the perfect show when you need to be picked up. Number 7, Game of Thrones. You know the show is going to be a good binge when you're tearing your hair out, waiting for the new episode week to week, and recent seasons year to year. Building on a high fantasy and shock drama structure in the George R.R. Martin's best-selling book series. D.B. Weiss and David Benioff adapted Game of Thrones translation, all the royal intrigue, political machinations, and apocalyptic fantasy underpinning into TV gold. Backed by HBO's groundbreaking budget, Game of Thrones may be the most popular site ever. This luxurious attention creates an entirely immersive world where anything can happen, anyone can die. Every new twist, suspense, and violent scoring moment will make you cry and wonder what happens next. Number 6, Elite. In a sexy crime thriller and high school students, Elite is all you can ask for. This is a plot of season 1. After admitting the first group of scholarship students, with one of the classmates murdered a student. Laz and Chanaz's life changed forever. The problem is that each of them has a motive. Elite is a rare youth drama that doesn't welcome new villain every season. Instead, each season focuses on the events that led to the initial tragedy, its impact on the students, and the aftermath of the chaos. In some places where there is nothing special about youth drama, Elites thrive. After the lead actors left at the end of Season 3, Elite Season 4 introduced some new characters for Lass and Channis. but things were still messy and wet as usual. Number 5, Lupin. The Belle Coupe thief Arsène Lupin, created by French novelist Marcise Leblanc in the early 20th century, reinvented himself as Assassine Diop, the first-generation Frenchman with a mania for Lupin books and a hatred against the ruling blackguards, who decades ago framed his father for a theft he did not commit and led him to die in prison. With drones, social media robots, and hacking skills, as well as traditional industry tools such as fake beards, lock openers, and wit, Diop hunted down his opponents one by one, looking for the truth about his father's fate. Diop also tried to repair the broken marriage in his spare time, and built a better relationship with his son. Worth watching in the French original, this 5-episode series' strength lies in the dialogue, the charismatic performance, and the character development of Omar Sy as Asin. The daring heists and the actual escapades are beautifully choreographed, but a lot of the mechanics, how a particular piece of deception worked with a specific compact building, was infiltrated, are left unspoken. In a show about a master thief, their abundance is unforgiven and bet tokens some lack of scripting rigor. Also inexcusable is the 5th episode ends on a cliffhanger. Number 4, The Crown. Now in its 4th season, The Crown shows the best and worst of the British royal family. This is definitely a fictional account of the life of Queen Elizabeth II. The first season focused on 8 years between 1947 and 1955, when Elizabeth married the Duke of Edinburgh. In the second series, this progressed even faster, which covered Susie's crisis and the resignation of British Prime Minister Harold Macmillan. The third season was Olivia Colman stepping into the role as HRH, enters the tricky middle years and the swinging 60s. In contrast, the recently released 4th season centers on Princess Di's tricky relationship with the royals. Number 3, Orphan Black. Look for hidden gems on Netflix? Just look at Orphan Black. The sci-fi drama rose to fame after Emmy win for leading actress Titania Maslany in 2016, but never cracked the mainstream fanbase, like Black Mirror and Doctor Who did. After seeing the suicide of the woman who looks just like her, outsider and orphan Sarah Manning, Maslany believes her identity, but she reveals a conspiracy that haunted her past and determined her future. It's challenging to explain Maslany's powerful performances without spoiling the plot altogether, but it's one of the most unusual and impressive turns in sci-fi fiction TV. Though sometimes a little out there, the plot devices and characters especially, especially in the later seasons, Orphan Black is an excellent watch for any sci-fi fan craving excellent, female-led drama and comedy. Number 2, Prison Break. Some writers perfect the cliffhanger. The team behind Prison Break was some of the best at it. Each episode makes you sit on the edge of your seat and want more. When Michael Schofield, Wentworth Miller, deliberately went to jail to free his brother, Lincoln Burrows, Dominic Purcell, this was just the beginning of something bigger. And the color is darker. There are 90 episodes in 5 seasons. Although the best episodes are at the beginning, the brothers are involved in prison riots, escapes, conspiracies, and intense exchanges with other prisoners. Fortunately, since every season is playing, the next episode is only seconds away. Number 1, Money Heist. When a team of 9 criminals launches audacious heist at the Spain's Royal Mint, they are convinced that their detailed plan has every eventuality covered, but things start to disclose when an enigmatic mastermind behind the heist begins getting close to the police detective in charge of ensuring the safe release of the 67 hostages. Although the twisting plot stretches the limits of the credulity at points, Money Heist is a delightful, frantic, and tension-filled series that makes surprisingly sympathetic figures out of its devilish main characters, surprisingly. Sometimes you wholly intend on watching the show everyone keeps recommending, but you keep putting it off because you know you're gonna get hooked and will need to invest a lot of time. So what can you say about the top 10 TV shows you must watch? Let us know in the comment section below. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so we continue giving you the best content. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.